Howdy folks, this is Applegeek here with the My Little Pony Season 5 finale. Finally! This has been a long week for me. Let me tell you, I've had to self-ban myself from EQD for the last several days to avoid all the spoiler stuff that kept getting posted. I even had to ban myself entirely from Facebook for all of today so far because everybody's posting comments about the episode. Or at least I'm assuming they are. I'm sure they would be because, yeah, anyway, because I haven't been on there to check. So, yeah. But I've done my best. I was able to avoid the trailer and you know, most of the things that were coming out about it. So I'm going to give this a fresh watch. Just a quick thought, though, before I get started. On the subject of time travel, I love good time travel stories. And you know, I'm a Doctor Who fan, you know, Back to the Future, etc., etc. And my mind can't help but go nuts thinking about possibilities when we start talking about time travel. I mean, we know time travel is supposed to be involved in this episode, in these episodes somehow. So can't help but think, going back through, you know, all the events we've had these past 5 years, how many old things are we going to see revisited again? Villain-wise, I mean, look at this. We've got T-Rex, Sombra, Queen Chrysalis, Discord, Nightmare Moon. I mean, a lot of villains that we could see, you know, remake appearances. I mean, you know, in terms of Discord, evil Discord, obviously, you know, before they reformed him and everything. For that matter, other characters we could see. It'd be really interesting if we went back and saw Sunset Shimmer. I mean, going back to pre-season 1, you know, because we know she was Celestia's student back, you know, before Twilight. So that could be interesting. And for that matter, Star Swirl. I mean, what an opportunity to bring Star Swirl as an actual character into the show instead of just referencing him. Maybe we could see him. Don't know if we'll get that lucky, but we'll just have to see. Also, of course, big changes. Golden Oak Library we could see back in its glory again. I'm as much as I would sort of like to see it come back and stay, that would really mess up the storyline of the show. So I'm going to say no to that. It'd be nice to see it again, but I would like the castle and everything to stay where it's at. But for that matter, speaking of castles, it'd be nice to see, you know, hey, if we go back far enough, Castle of the Two Sisters, you can see that, and, you know, back Celestia and Luna back, like pre-Nightmare Moon back in the day. Founding of Equestria, founding of Ponyville in more than just a Granny Smith story flashback. You know, there's a lot of ways they could go on this, but, you know, how much of it makes sense for the actual story with Starlight Glimmer, who knows? Just thoughts that run through my head. But as far as Starlight Glimmer and her cutie mark removal, though, that's the big iffy thing. They were just like, yeah, what are they going to do with this? I swear, I will tell you right now, if they so much as touch a hair on the CMC, I will have to do something. I don't know, find something to strangle. Because you know me in the CMC, if you see my previous reactions. And I said I actually had a nightmare about them losing their marks. So, and that was, you know, almost a week ago. So, yeah, like I said, it's been a long week for me. Anyway, just wanted to run through some of the thoughts I had. You know, I guess it's kind of a list of, you know, predictions or possibilities. And I said, well, we'll see how many of these we see, if any at all. Who knows? All right, without further ado, let's get this going and see what kind of fun, or not so much fun, things happen here. All right, and I've got the episodes in 2 separate files, so there'll be a little split in between here. But anyway, let's get started on episode 25, starting now.
If some pony had told me when I was a blank flank that one day I'd give a speech to a class at Celestia School of Magic, I wouldn't have believed it, but...
Princess of Friendship, but her element is magic, her cutie mark is magic, so...
Because I can tell that all of you are, and that the future of equestrian magic is in good hooves.
There's nobody in there.
Wow.
Just Spike.
That was even better than the first 11 times.
I don't know, Spike.
Nice.
I'd like to be able to get through the whole speech without looking at the cards.
Come on, Twilight. You can't be nervous about giving a speech to a bunch of magic students.
She's
Oh,
given
I'm
big
not
speeches
nervous,
before.
Spike, but I do have to set a good example, especially for magic students. That's why this speech has to be
Perfect.
Perfect.
exactly. Let's go through it one more time. When Princess Celestia asked me to speak to you today, I was honored to have the opportunity to
Poor
talk
Spike.
about my favorite subject, magic.
He's gonna be asleep in like 10 seconds.
My little pony.
Okay, so just gonna climb down a little here. Not really much for foreshadowing in this brief opening, so we'll see where we go here with this here.
Big adventure.
Man, a lecture from Twilight on magic, though, that could either be really fun or really boring, depending on how in-depth she goes. But anyway. Okay, oh, and of course this is setting in Camelot here, obviously, because magic school. Oh, hey, Lyra.
Obviously, the long-term effects of the simultaneous acquisition of cutie marks has yet to be determined, but
They're discussing the
next slide,
dual cutie
please.
marks. That's awesome. Oh, Moon Dancer! Spike. It's worn out from all the
I
practice.
can speak from experience that the power of cutie mark magic is very
Nice,
real.
Spike.
And in the instance of my friends and I, it can be traced to a single event. Without Rainbow Dash's race to defend Fluttershy's honor,
Recap.
this rain boom wouldn't have happened. Fluttershy might never have discovered her love of animals. Applejack might never have realized that she belonged on her farm. And Pinkie Pie might never have decided to leave hers. It might be hard to imagine Rarity without her sense of fabulousness, but it's even harder to fathom what my life would be like.
Love
Without
those
this rain boom,
snapshots
I might not
they've
have
got.
gotten into magic school. Celestia wouldn't have taken me on as her pupil, or sent me to Ponyville to meet my friends.
And
the
Equestria
most
would have been
wonderful
doomed
thing
forever.
about Cutie Mark Magic
Whoa,
that
whoa.
I found is the connection
Starlight
I have
Glimmer!
with them.
I saw her. And she's gone. Okay, Twilight saw her too.
The real question about Cutie Mark magic is who it seems to affect.
Starlight Glimmer?
I was sure I saw her, Spike.
Oh boy.
But when I looked again, she was gone. I'm just worried what she could be up to.
Nothing good, I bet. I heard she wasn't very happy the last time we saw her.
Forcing every pony in her village to have the same cutie mark wasn't right. We had to do something.
And now she's coming back for revenge.
What the?
Or she was just really interested in your
Did
speech.
Twilight just get pinky sense?
Honestly, Spike, I'm not really sure what I saw. But as long as I have my friends, I know everything will be all right. Maybe I was just more stressed about that speech than I thought.
Yeah, that sounds better than Starlight Glimmer coming back with an evil plot for revenge.
Well, when you say it like that, it does sound kind of silly.
Or it's totally true.
And there she is. Oh!
Welcome home, Twilight.
What the? What? Is that spell? Oh crap. Oh crap.
What are you doing, Starlight? I tell you, but I don't want to ruin the surprise. Won't be needing that anymore.
Oh boy. Okay! This is a great villain. Just forget the monologue. Just go right into... Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, she's been busy.
Where'd she go?
I don't know, Spike, but I think we better find out.
I guess
past,
we
I'm
could
guessing.
start with this.
Spike, no! Don't touch that!
Uh-oh. Spike! You know, it's probably a good thing he did that, though. I gotta say that, because... Yeah. Pinky! I'm thinking of Star Trek Next Generation, where they got stuck in the time vortex and followed the Borg back. If they hadn't, they would have been erased from the timeline like the rest of. Yeah. Anyway. Thank you, Twilight. Okay, where are we? Or when are we? Cloudsdale.
Starlight doesn't even have wings. Why would she come here?
I don't know, Spike, but it looked like she could fly with just magic. Keep your eyes open. We don't know what she has planned.
Oh!
Isn't that Rainbow Dash?
Yes!
Is Rainbow
Main
Dash
six
really
Phillies!
young to you? And I didn't see a cutie mark.
Oh, Fluttershy!
Think
We traveled back in time to when Rainbow Dash raced the bullies who made fun of Fluttershy and performed.
Yep, they're going for the rainbow.
Rainbow?
I knew it.
Spike, only Star Swirl the Bearded could do something like that. And even his spell just went back a week.
Foreshadowing.
How could Starlight do more than the greatest wizard in Equestria?
With this.
Star Swirl spell. Oh no!
Come on, let's go.
Go where?
To watch the race. I don't want to miss the rainbow.
Spike, yeah, alright. Oh, poor Fluttershy. No, you have to let her fall. Thank you, Spike. We're actually getting a second version of this in Canada. This is awesome.
Later, Rainbow Crash.
Did her voice sound a little different there? Oh no. Oh no.
Sorry about this.
Oh no. Oh shoot.
Hey, what gives?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is so not good. Okay, so how long is it going to take the effects of the changed past to catch up with Twilight? Is she going to revert to unicorn? Oh no.
What did you do? You are about to find out.
Okay. So now are we back in the future?
I don't know what Starlight's up to yet, but we better figure it out before it's too late.
Twilight, I think it already is.
Oh. Oh, I'm getting bad Back to the Future vibes here.
The map pulled us back, but whatever Starlight did in the past changed things here.
But why? And how do we get here? And where's here?
When is here?
More like when.
What do you mean?
Starlight altered Star Swirl's spell, then somehow used it on the map to travel into the past and change something. Once
didn't just use it,
the
she
map
altered
pulled
it.
us
Oh,
back to
man.
the present.
So we're back where, when we started?
Not exactly. Everything's different. Look. The map doesn't even make sense anymore. The Crystal Empire takes up half of Equestria.
Plus, there's a whole missing castle thing.
Right.
Sombra.
This is too big to handle on our own.
You think?
We need to find our friends and get help.
Oh boy. So at least she's still an alicorn. We've got that going.
Bad feeling about this, Twilight.
I know, Spike, but this is Ponyville. How bad can things be?
Is that Sugar Cube Corner?
I don't understand.
Well, no Pinkie Pie.
Rarity?
That's like doubly bad for Spike.
I don't think she's here, Spike. I'm not sure anything we know is the same. But I know one place place that could never change.
Sweet Apple Acres. It's abandoned. Or what? Huh? Not abandoned, but what? Oh, seriously? Canned cider. What? There are no words. This. Okay. I just gotta watch.
What can I do for you?
It's so good to see you. We couldn't find Pinky or Rarity or Fluttershy or Rainbow Dash, but I just knew you'd still be here.
She has no idea who you are.
This is my home. But who in tarnation is Pinky Bow and Flutterdash? Or for that matter.
You don't know who I am?
Nope. Honestly, the only
No
name I
comment.
recognize is Rarity, but she left for Manhattan years ago. Probably become a world-famous fashion designer at that. Not that I know of.
Nope.
Last I heard, she went to help with the cause like every pony else.
The cause?
The war against King Sombra and the Crystal Empire.
What?
Where have you been?
Okay.
Actually, it's when.
I know this is hard to believe, but you and I...
This
and
makes
those other
total
ponies
sense
I
because
mentioned
we
are
never really
friends.
got to see
If
Sombra
you
being
bump your head on
truly
the creative
evil.
side or
So it
something.
really makes sense to
I'm telling
revisit
you
that.
the truth. And if you come with me, I'll prove it.
Well, I was...
Come on, Applejack!
I've lived in these here parts my whole life, and I've never seen this before. There's also supposed to be a castle that goes with it. But I still don't see what this has to do with you and I being friends.
Another pony named Starlight Glimmer used this map to travel through time and change things in the past. For some reason, the map's here, but everything else is different.
Different how?
Well, for one thing, where we came from, there's no war with King Sombra. Maybe you could tell us how the war started. Then we can figure out when everything changed.
That's easy enough. When the Crystal Empire returned, it brought King Sombra back with it.
And the main six weren't there to take him down.
And it didn't take long for him to force every one of his subjects to fight for him against Equestria.
Ooh. Wow. Is that like battle gear, or is that actually like mind control helmets? Oh boy. Whoa! Wonderbolt's in actual combat gear. And do we even have Luna back? Probably not. If she's back, she's probably still Nightmare Moon. Oh, Rainbow. You know, I am noticing we're not being allowed to see if what the cutie marks are. Oh! Oh! Yes! Oh, Pink, that was awesome! But no, we're not being allowed to see what the cutie marks are on the main six, or if they have them. See that they're all wearing clothes, we can't tell.
To keep up the fight.
We're already making war uniforms. Wow. Whoa.
I just can't
Old-fashioned
believe
train
it. We
tech.
stopped King Sombra. You and me and all of our friends.
But we aren't friends. At least not here.
Right.
Look, I hope all this helped, but I really need to get back to canning those apples.
Thank you. We're going to set things right.
I hope you
Yeah,
do.
that makes more sense now that they're canning because war
So,
supplies. Yeah, okay.
How are we gonna set things right?
I don't know!
Yeah, boy.
The only thing we know for sure is that Starlight stopped the rain boom.
And the map's still here.
Spike, that's it! The map is connected to the Tree of Harmony. It must sense that something isn't right. That's why it's still
Oh,
here.
why didn't I think of
I'll
that?
just use Starlight's version of the spell and go back a little earlier and stop her before she even knows we're there.
Oh no. And now she's gonna meet herself and cause a rip and
All
tear
you have to do now is
space-time
find
fabric.
Starlight and...
Oh, and she... Oh, seriously?
Well, finding her will be easy, but stopping her is gonna be harder than you think.
Did she already go back and
Sorry
set
to
traps?
disappoint you, but I created that spell to send myself back in time. So even when you cast it, I still get sent back here. It wasn't difficult to change
Oh,
Starlight's
that's
back.
cheating!
You'd already done the hard part. But figuring out I could use the map to go to any time or place and pull you along with me? I even impressed myself with that. I knew you'd try to stop me. You're so predictable. Why else would I leave the scroll behind? Touching it triggered the map to whisk you here and watch me erase the one thing that linked you with your friends. My village was a sanctuary of equality where no pony's cutie mark allowed them to feel superior. It was a special
Except
place,
you.
and you and your friends took it away. Now it's my turn to take something special from you. Without the
Yeah, and how
rain
did she get
boom,
flight power as unicorn? That's another thing I want to know.
Special cutie mark bond. Cutie marks for cutie marks. Sounds like a fair trade to me.
Okay, come on, Twilight. If there's ever a time to teleport, it's now. Or just break out of it. Okay.
Oops.
Thank you.
No problem, Spike. At least now we know exactly what we have to do.
Okay.
Okay, keep your eyes peeled.
Great.
We have to stop Starlight as soon as Rainbow Dash and those bullies race by.
Twilight?
So be ready.
I know, but
Because she can pop up anywhere.
She is just right behind
like
you.
over there?
Just remember how you'd feel if someone said those things to you.
What's going on here?
Oh, I was just reminding these two colts how hurtful teasing can be.
Well, don't.
What?
I mean, you were?
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
In a world where every pony is unique, some are bound to feel more special than others. But that isn't a license to be cruel, is it?
No, of course not.
It's technically
Isn't it
true.
a shame we don't live
but-
in a world where every pony is equal. No one would ever tease
Get
anyone
your
else.
hoof off
Wouldn't that be
Fluttershy.
nice?
Mm-hmm. No, it wouldn't. I mean, it'd be nice not to be teased, of course, but that's not the same thing.
Come on, Fluttershy. Maybe I can help you get through the course this time.
Well, I sure could use the practice. I know you only convinced those bullies to not tease Fluttershy to stop the rain boom.
Oh, that's not true. I convinced them not to be bullies because every pony should be equal. Stopping the rain boom is just a bonus. Look!
This isn't over yet.
If you say so.
I love seeing young Rainbow Dash.
Hi.
Hey, who are you?
Hi. You think you can stop for a minute? Sure. I hear you're pretty fast. Pretty fast? Please. I'm even faster than that. Okay, so, hey, you want to race? That wouldn't really be fair. I mean, you're a full-grown pony. And, wait, are you an alicorn?
Thank you. You finally
You're
noticed.
fast. Actually, I just remembered I have somewhere I need to be.
Yeah, like creepy.
Okay, listen. You don't have to race me. I just need you to fly fast enough for a sonic rain boom.
Oh, Sonic, what now?
I can't do that. No pony can. It's not even a real thing. It's just an old mare's tale. But it's not. I know it's not. I've seen you do it in the future.
Oh, thanks, Twilight. Now you're really cuckoo.
I'm gonna go now. No, wait!
Gee, Twilight, what's the matter? Couldn't convince her to do the impossible? That's too bad.
Okay, what's with the the map pulled it back. Okay. Why is it oh, now the Everfree Forest is consumed everything. Okay.
This is gonna be harder than I thought. We'll have to try again.
Hey, Twilight.
I don't want to
Twilight?
live in that awful
What did I say about paying attention to the things around you? What the
Fluttershy? Silence! Changeling.
Oh.
Oh! Found in these woods must be
Chrysalis!
destroyed.
Oh, this is getting good. Oh! Oh, wow. Oh, my mind is blown on so many levels right now. So we're revisiting multiple villains. Went back, changed things once. We got Sombra and the Crystal Empire. And a full-on war going on. Now I went back and altered things a different way a second time. And now we've got Chrysalis and the Changelings that have overrun Equestria, apparently. Who else are we going to get to see here? Well, at least it doesn't appear they're all ganging up. Well, at least we're not seeing it yet. But okay, I think I'm just going to go right on to the second part here because this is I can't stop right here. But no, I'm thinking back of so many different so many different time travel stories I've seen in different sci-fi shows. Think of some like in Stargate. You know, it's just like where you alternate timelines and you have to like. I thought they were going to have to do like find your friends and, you know, reestablish the link that you had but a different way and yada yada yada. Anyway, you know, I am still thinking it's very interesting that they did not allow us to see the current cutie marks of the other main six in these alternate timelines. I don't know if they're... I'm not sure why they're doing that. Maybe it's just to avoid getting things too complicated. Like, how did they get the same cutie marks as they have always had, but in the alternate timeline? Because, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll get that in the second part here. Anyway, I'm going to go on to the second part here. Yeah. So where's my... There it is. Okay. Second part starting now.
Starlight Glimmer?
Okay, slight recap.
I saw her, Spike.
Welcome home, Twilight.
We traveled back in time to when Rainbow Dash performed her first sonic rainbow?
Without the rain boom, you and your friends will never form your special cutie mark bond.
Well, I gotta say though, that was freaking awesome seeing Pinky and Maud demolish that boulder. Oh, right there. That was awesome.
Queen Chrysalis found in these woods must be destroyed.
Oh wait. No, I did see Pinky had the balloons right there. It's her cutie mark. I just noticed that now. So I'm not sure why they didn't do it in the first alternate timeline, but okay. Oh boy.
Big adventure. A beautiful heart, faithful and strong.
I haven't seen the CMC at all. Thank you. I don't need to deal with that right now. Okay, oh, there's Bonbon.
And he's a dragon! A likely story. Do something dragonish. That works. The servants of Chrysalis would do anything to save their evil skins.
Wow. This is a new set of Fluttershy.
If they are changelings,
Oh, Zecora!
though I think they're not what they appear to be.
Zecora, please, you have to listen.
Beneath this salve, no changeling hides, for it reveals the truth inside.
Okay.
What does it mean?
The meaning is far worse, I see. For it is we who should not be.
I think I can explain.
I'm sure you can. But let's not talk here. Chrysalis and her army will soon draw near.
Oh. I've been waiting a long time to have
The
Sakura in more of a
changelings
main
took
role
over
again.
not long ago. Though I'll wager in your world that isn't so.
Chrysalis and her army tried to take over Canterlot, but my friends and I stopped her.
Those friends as you know them are not here, alas. But tell me how all this came to pass.
Starlight Glimmer, a pony who traveled back in time to stop my friends and me from ever coming together.
And it is these friends you have in life that keep Equestria free from strife?
I guess so, but this is the second time I've come back and this world is even worse than the last one. If Starlight keeps doing the same thing in the past, how could the present be so different?
Ah, time is a river where even the time
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
can lead to a cascade of effects.
Yeah, I said that backwards, but point remains.
This part of the forest is dark and damp, but it's done well to hide our camp.
Aww.
This is cozy.
Is it?
You have to help us! The changelings
Okay.
attacked pony
They've got their normal cutie marks, alright.
lives.
Well, wait.
The attack I see is the one that come here looking for me.
It's taken quite a while to find you.
Oh, crud, that's Chrysalis. Yep. Oh, why did it have to be Applejack? Come on!
What a lovely village you've chosen to stage your little resistance. It looks absolutely delicious. Oh, come now, Zakora. You're vastly outnumbered.
Oh, man.
I know you don't want your charges hurt. Come quietly to the dungeons of Canterlot, and I promise to leave the others alone.
Why would she ever trust you? Even if there's a chance Chrysalis will honor her word, shouldn't you try?
Race to the map while we hold off the attack. Stop Starlight and put the whole world back on track.
Oh, man.
Decision, Zakora. Even if what you are saying were true, we'd never surrender to a creature like you!
Yeah! Oh! Teleport, please. Thank you. Go back. Okay. And oh! Nice move! She was ready for it that time. Oh!
Not bad, but it's gonna take a lot more than that. Lucky for you, there's more where that came from.
Oh, you better believe it. Does she know what Twilight did to T-Rex?
You've really gotta work on your aim.
Oh.
What are you doing? You have to finish your race. No way!
And now they're battle distracted. Oh, man.
You can't stop me no matter what you do.
Okay. Is Discord this time or Nightmare Moon? I'm thinking Nightmare Moon.
That's strange. Well, you obviously don't mean us falling because that's becoming pretty routine.
No, it's just the other times we've come back. It's been days. But look.
Yep, it's Nightmare Moon. Oh,
Why
yes!
would the map bring us back to a different time of day than when we left?
Maybe we should figure it out later.
Timberwolves. Oh, she's too worn out from the Battle of Starlight. Oh, shoot.
The castle of the two sisters!
Oh! Oh!
Don't just stand here.
Sorry if that was too loud, but... Oh, I called this sort of... Wow!
This place looks a lot cleaner than I remember.
Yeah.
Rare?
Oh, Shadow Guard.
The castle isn't open for viewings today. The tapestry's only changing. Again.
Rarity, it's me.
I don't socialize with dragons. I don't know any pony who would. Listen to me. The future
Oh,
of
poor
the
Spike.
is at stake. I don't know how you know my name, but I am far too busy to entertain some tourist's ridiculous fantasies. I have to get back to the map so I can stop Starlight from changing the past, because every present I come to is worse than the last.
Time travel, you say?
Nightmare Moon.
Now that's something I would like to see.
Oh! Did she banish Celestia to the moon? Or would that be banishment to the sun? Either
Tell me
way.
how you came by this magic to travel through time. The princess asked you a question, and unless you want to end up in the dungeon,
Oh!
tell her what she wants to know.
No, not the... Oh! You ruined your name!
In my kingdom, but me should possess a magic powerful enough to change time. Your kingdom?
Uh-oh.
Who?
Shut up, Spike.
Celestia, of course.
Oh no!
My sister has been imprisoned in the moon for years. There's no less of fate than she sentenced me to. Now, reveal to me the source of this time magic.
Called it.
All right.
Twilight, no!
We have no choice, Spike. I can take you to it, but you'll have to get past the Timberwolves.
I am the ruler of all of Equestria. Do you think I can deal with Timberwolves?
No. I know you can.
And if you are thinking of trying to escape,
It would be very unfortunate for your friend.
Wow. We actually get to see Nightmare Moon is a
How does it
legitimate
work?
villain.
A pony from my time used a spell to travel back and change the past.
and now you will give this spell to me. With it, I will ensure that the elements of harmony are never found, and my reign lasts forever.
But it won't.
What?
In my world, my friends and I found the elements and used them to defeat you. And I will do everything in my power to bring that world back.
No!
Yes! Yes! Okay. Boom! Oh!
Now more than ever, I know how important it is to stop you. Well, good luck.
Really? What, again? What now? Please, end here. Oh, man. Okay, who's left? Discord? Oh, nice going, Twilight. And this would be Discord. Oh, yes! Oh! And what do we get this time? Wait, what? What? The Flim Flam Brothers?
For another race-ending fight, Twilight? No.
Okay, why not?
You were right. I can't stop you. But you can't stop me from trying, and we could be stuck doing this for all eternity.
Got a
What
point.
it takes to keep you and your friends from getting your cutie mark connection, then I'm game. What you're doing goes way beyond cutie marks. Everything we do here in the past Even the smallest change can snowball into an avalanche of trouble for the future.
Oh, next I suppose you'll tell me that the fate of all of Equestria hangs in the balance.
Yeah?
It does.
Spare me your overblown ego. No group of friends, not even Princess Twilight's, is that important.
Wanna bet?
I don't know how important other ponies' friendships are to the future, but I can show you what the world is like without mine.
Yeah, go. Oh, yes! Take her back! And what is it this... Oh...
Where are we?
The future, or rather, the present.
But there's nothing here.
What villain?
I wish I could say I was surprised, but every world I come back to is worse than the last. I don't know why my friends and I are so important to Equestria, but we are.
I don't believe you.
Come on, Starlight, look around.
Like I said, everything in the past affects the future, even the tiniest act. And what you're doing leads here. I know I can't stop you, but I thought showing you this might change your mind.
Change my mind? You don't know anything about me. I was perfectly happy before you and your friends ruined what I built.
I don't know what happened that led you to make your village without cutie marks. And I'm sorry my friends and I had to take it away.
You want to know what happened to me? I'll show you!
Okay, backstory for Starlight. Let's see it.
Where are we?
That map of yours is connected to every part of Equestria, and this part is my home.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Sunburst and I did everything together. In fact, I don't remember us ever being apart. Until today.
Uh-oh. What? Did he just get his cutie mark? Yep! Oh, awesome! Oh, that's adorable!
And just like that, my friend was gone. His family recognized his magical talent and sent him off to Canterlot. I never saw him again.
Well, why not?
Because of his cutie mark. He got his and I didn't. He moved on and I didn't.
Oh,
He stayed here and
this
never
is
made
like the
another
CMC's
friend
worst
because
nightmares
he was afraid
realized.
another cutie mark would take them away too.
That's ridiculous. A cutie mark can't take your friends away.
Not every pony's lucky enough to get her cutie mark at the same time as her friend. You don't know what it's like to lose a friend because of a cutie mark. But once I stop the rain boom, you will. And when I destroy this scroll, there'll be no way for you to change it.
Oh no.
Starlight, you're
Come on,
right.
Twilight, you got this.
I don't know what you went through, but I do know you can't do this. I've seen where this leads, and so have you.
I only saw what you showed me. Who knows what'll really happen?
I've seen it a dozen times. Things don't turn out well in Equestria without my friends.
Ugh, what's so special about your friends? How can a group of ponies that are so different be so important?
The differences between me and my friends are the very things that make our friendship strong.
I thought Sunburst and I were the same, but we turned out different, and it tore our friendship apart!
So try again. Make new friends. And if something that you can't control happens that changes things, work through it together. That's what friendship is. And it's not just my friendships that are important to Equestria. Every pony's are. When yours ended, it led us here. But just imagine all the others that are out there waiting for you if you just give them a chance.
How do I know they won't all end the same way?
I guess it's up to you to make sure they don't.
Yes! Castle's back! Yes! Yes! What? Okay.
One castle of friendship? Check.
What in Equestria was that? Is every pony okay? Can you do it again?
One group of amazing
No.
friends? Check.
Yeah, Spike. It looks like we're home.
Do you guys not see Starlight Glimmer?
What's she doing here?
Thank you.
Actually, it's kind of a long story.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I knew my rainbow was awesome, but I never thought all of Equestria
Oh,
was
no.
on it.
Or on us. I think it's more than that.
Oh,
Friendship
Rainbow
connects all
Dash's
of
ego
Equestria,
just
and undoing
grew
one
10
group
times
of
the
friends
size.
made its magic less powerful.
I can't believe y'all were able to travel through time like that.
That Starlight must be pretty magical. She obviously has more talent for magic than almost any pony I've seen. My magic couldn't stop her. I had to convince her to stop on her own. Once I realized that, everything fell into place.
But if she's as powerful as all that, we can't just send her on her way, can we?
Actually, I kind of have something else in mind.
Is she gonna be Twilight's protege?
I know there's no excuse for what I did, but I want you all to know that I'm ready for whatever punishment you think is fair.
I've been thinking a lot about how badly Equestria fared without just one group of friends. Because even when one friendship dies, the results can be disastrous.
I know first hoof how true that can be.
And that's why I've asked you here. If you're willing to learn, I'm willing to teach you what I know. You'll have the power to make Equestria an even better place.
How do I start?
Starting is easy. All you have to do is make a friend. And you've got 7 of them right here.
Song? Yes!
I never thought that I would find a place
Oh,
to step right in and start again. I never thought that I could just begin right where I left off and make a friend. Don't ever think that it might be too late. You don't have to wait. There's no mistakes with the friends you make. A friendship's only made of what you bring. And if you do it right, you can do anything. Just use your eyes. This time, no lies. Just don't disguise who you are inside. Because your friends are always there for you. You don't have to be the same for friendship to be true.
oh.
Friends are always there for you. Around the world it's still the same. Together you have more to gain. There's nothing that a friend won't do. Everywhere you go, friendship
Oh,
when you find it, it's the key.
yes!
Friends can change the world you see.
Mm,
Everywhere you go,
ultimate redemption. Final holds what? Yep, down 10 row. Wow. Oh. Wow, guys. That was amazing. Oh. This is the we've had 2 Really, really great redemption stories. Sunset Shimmer and Diamond Tiara. But this, wow. Oh my word. All right. I'm gonna, sorry to do this, but I gotta rewatch these episodes. I think I gotta collect my thoughts on this because my mind is just too blown right now to give an actual decent commentary on this. So uh, yeah, you'll see me again in just a second here. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about the break there, but this finale was just so mind blowing. I had to go back and rewatch it again and take some time to collect my thoughts on it so I could give a decent amount of commentary here without just babbling on forever in circles. I know this is going to be one of my longest reactions ever due to the length of the episode, so I'm going to try and get through this quick. So, okay, just pick up quick where I left off. Redemption stories. I know there's been a lot of redemption stories throughout the series, but the three that really stand out as significant for me is Sunset Shimmer, Diamond Tiara, and now Starlight Glimmer. And they're each awesome in their own right. Yeah, and I know I had Discord as another one, but you know that seemed to be like a really long, drawn out process. It was like no single, unless you want to count season 4 finale, there's really no singular event that was significantly defining for that one. It's just a little bit more drawn out. These other three, it seemed like there was just a significant singular event that really made for a great story. The one with Sunset Shimmer, is the first big one. A lot of people fell in love with her character, myself included. It's just a really great way to end that show. I mean, you could have been so easy to just to just beat her when she was down, and punish her for for everything that she'd done. But instead, you had compassion, forgiveness, and showing her true friendship, and bringing her back on the path to the light side. It really worked well. The only problem I have with that one is that some of the character build up, in terms of the villain character build up to that moment was really kind of iffy. It just, some of it didn't make much sense. I think that's why that first Equestria Girls movie got a really, a lot of really bad reviews. And I agree with some of that. There were some really iffy moments there. So, but it was still a great story. Then we had Diamond Tiara, and really great build up with Diamond Tiara over the course of the series. And then we had the big redemption episode with her in the CMC, and I love that story. I saw a lot of similarities between that and with Sunset Shimmer, but we had the problem where there was just time constraints within the episode. I mean, I don't really feel like it took away from it too much, but it was a very short moment to live in because they had so much going on in that episode with the actual acquiring of the Cutie marks for the CMC. So. This I feel like is one of the best ones we've had because again there are similarities, but we had the season long build up from the introduction of the character. I mean it's just more or less teasers, but you had the couple cameos where the clever cameos where she was in the background in certain episodes, and I mean the whole time I've been thinking she's been she's one of the only villains that I think the only villain that's actually like gotten away and had time to plot and scheme and things like that, and then come back for another attack. So that was a new twist on things that's been at the back of our minds the entire season. So it had a great build up, and then even within the episode, like the lengths that she was going to. I mean, and just demonstrating her power. I mean, it wasn't any just. Not just a pushover, she has some serious magical power behind her, potentially even more than Twilight. As Twilight mentioned at the end there, where he said she's got more, Starlight has more magical power than pretty much any pony I've ever seen. Does she mean that? Did she mean that to include herself and the other Alicorn princesses? I don't know, but that's some pretty serious power that Starlight has there to be able to modify and use Star Swirl stuff and have levitation powers and whatnot. she does have serious magic, so that's interesting. And then we get the backstory, you know, a bit brief. Bit of a plot hole with Sunburst. It didn't quite make sense to me why, like, just because he got shipped off to magic school, why don't you, you know, write letters, stay in touch when you grew up? Couldn't you go look up and see where he's at now? I thought we were going to get him, you know, have him reappear, like, oh, hey, he's been in Ponyville this whole time, or something like that, you know, reappear at the end. And that didn't happen. So I was a little slightly disappointed by that, you know, and that left it as kind of a bit of a plot hole. But other than that, I mean, overall the story did make sense. You know, and she really lived out one of the CMC's worst nightmares in terms of, you know, friends acquiring cutie marks and moving on with their lives and, you know, losing the friendship. So that was just an awesome callback to that kind of a problem where they addressed that. And it made sense for kind of why she was doing, you know, the things that she's doing to get revenge. You know, well, at first the events at the beginning of the series, she didn't want to, you know, she was so disgusted with the idea of, you know, people thinking they're superior once they get their cutie marks, and, you know, leaving, you know, other friends behind in the dust. So she tried to create a place where everybody was equal, but they were all equally, you know, worse off than they were before instead of being better off. And then she essentially became the thing. I don't know that she ever had that realization, but she essentially became the very thing that she hated. She was the only one left with an actual cutie mark and was superior to all the rest. That was the only way she could stay in control. So kind of, you know, went a little bit psycho there with her goals. But, you know, in this finale though, she basically, I was surprised. I thought we were going to see more cutie mark removals, or, you know, messing around with them, and that they never touched on that. Instead, you know, she, you know, went back in time to the defining event of the Sonic Rain Boom, when all the main six got their, you know, predestined, you know, or all their destinies got intertwined because they all got their cutie marks at the same time and led them all together. And then you know, we got to see all the possible, or many possible versions of what would happen in Equestria if they had never done that. I'm sure a lot of us have thought many times about, boy, man, with all the times they've saved the world, what would the place be like without, you know, them being together? We got to find out a lot of those. I guess that kind of transitions me into the next bit here. But yeah, just say it's one of the best redemption ones that I got, and she's now one of my favorite characters. Just, you know, kind of like Diamond Tiara and Sunset Shimmer. You know, so I'd love to see more of Starlight going forward. Especially she got, you know, it looks like she's found a great home in Ponyville now, and oh, that was really epic. Her going back to that village where she had removed everybody's marks and, you know, made peace with them. That was amazing. I thought she was going to stay there, but no, she came back to Ponyville afterwards. So I'm like, oh, where are they going to go with her character? It feels like they're going to go somewhere with it, like she's not just going to be gone after season 5. So it'll be interesting. You know, maybe a student under Twilight. We'll see. You know, with all that magical power, she definitely can be a good ally to have for, you know, some future events. So we'll see. No, for the time loops, I admit I got thrown a little bit off because I forgot. I knew of the mention of the time travel, the Friendship games, but I forgot it was a time loop. So I was, you know, was kind of thrown off when we got the first alternate timeline. You know, if I went back to the future, but, you know, then I remembered that, and so then things made sense. So, but in terms of, you know, the villains that I call out, we got every one of them: Sombra, Chrysalis, Discord, Nightmare Moon. You know, we got to see, well, you know, some of those we've seen before. I mean, we kind of got to see like what Tyrek and Discord would do with the place if, you know, if they were complete control. But it's really interesting because with Sombra, we never really saw what the world would potentially be like if he had gotten a foothold and created an army. Chrysalis, we actually got a pretty decent battle with him, and, you know, in Canterlot. But again, just interesting to see, you know, another version of where, you know, she and her changelings are taking over Equestria. Nightmare Moon was the really awesome one though, because again, we never saw Nightmare Moon, you know, actually with, you know, ruling over the land. She got taken down by Celestia, you know, banished to the moon, you know, right after she, you know, went all evil. And when she came back, the main six took her down basically right away with the elements of harmony again. So, you know, we never got to see what it would be like under her rule, but that was really cool. Where, you know, it's Castle of the Two Sisters, but I did think it was going to be, like pre-banishment. Instead, it was like she came back, the main six weren't there to stop her. She banished her sister Celestia to the moon, called that one kind of, and then apparently then in the years that followed, fixed up the original castle of the two sisters, and ruled from there. So that was a very interesting bit of turn of events there. So, but yeah, things that I didn't. Oh, I just gotta say, I'm sorry, writers, but the Flim Flam brothers, no, no. They have never been that. They're one of the weakest villains in the show ever. I mean, they're just shysters selling snake oil and trying to make it rich. I mean, to have them be, and the thing that really made it worse is the fact that Twilight, after we saw that scene with them, Twilight turned around and told Starlight that like every version of Equestria I've seen has been worse than the one before. How on earth can having Flim Flam brothers taking over and apparently harvesting all the apple trees in the land, whatever, how can that possibly be worse than T-Rex or Sombra or changelings or any of the other stuff? Just, that made no sense whatsoever. I'm sorry. If anybody's got any crazy theories or ideas on how that remotely makes sense for them to be actual villains, please let me know. I'm dying to know how that was supposed to make any sense whatsoever. So, yeah, let me know. I would love to hear reviewers' ideas of that. But anyway, that was like the one seriously major problem in this episode. It just, that shouldn't have been there. But other than the last time loop, actually, we didn't get a villain. It's just absolutely everything was destroyed. My theory on that is that, if things were supposed to be getting progressively worse, well, my theory is there, again, because no main six, all of the villains had a chance to show up. None of those villains would have been willing to share, their rule over the land with any of the others. So you'd have, all those, 5-6 villains basically just duking it out in an epic battle royale, and just destroyed everything and everybody. So that's my theory on what that last wasteland was that we saw in the time loops. So. Anyway, okay, but yeah, fortunately they put everything back at the end, more or less the way it was timeline-wise, and glad they didn't do the whole, tearing apart the fabric of time-space, with Twilight meeting multiple versions of herself in the different time loops and whatever. That would have gotten pretty tricky, but yeah, just like, oh, everything's back the way it was, and so all put back together. That kind of reminds me a little bit of a Star Trek Voyager episode scene where it just, temporal incursion is, very, minimal. Okay, great,
Incursion factor 0.0036. It's better than I expected.
Anyway, Other thoughts. Just to touch back on Starlight Glimmer Redemption briefly, the one thing I forgot to mention, I love how they wrote it so that it wasn't Twilight's magic that was the solution, which, granted, they've done that in previous episodes too, but they highlighted again and more specifically highlighted, I felt like, in this episode. Twilight's got an awful lot of cool magical abilities, and they're a great tool for her to use. But magic is not allowed to be the pardon the expression, the magic fix for everything. Magic can't fix everything. It would be too cheap of a plot device if it could. So I love how. And when it comes to heroes and stuff, they like I always say, there's always going to be, no matter how many you defeat, through brute force or whatever, through your own power, there's always going to be somebody more powerful out there that's going to be coming for you. So sooner or later, you're going to lose if you, just rely on your own power that way. Instead of they had the intense, duke it out magical battle. They ended up stalemated, just kind of like they did with, Twilight did with T-Rex. Didn't go anywhere. But T-Rex, ultimately, they did have to just defeat it with brute force, but it was the rainbow powers from the Tree of Harmony. Here, they went a totally different direction. We got the backstory, and we got, we kind of finally came to realize, this is a relationship, friendship issue that's been, brewing and festering with Starlight for all these years. And Twilight was able to identify that, and being the awesome princess of friendship she is, helped Starlight to understand that of how much she was hurting those around her. Like, she wasn't just getting revenge for herself; she was hurting the entire world basically. So and it's helped her finally resolve all those issues that she had from when she was a little filly, and and work that out. And it's like and again, going back to like Diamond Share, especially Sunset Shimmer, instead of punishing her, yeah, I didn't want to see her punished at the end. I was waiting this whole through the whole finale for the redemption for her. I knew she was going to get redeemed. I was curious to see how, and I was very glad when they decided, hey, we're not going to punish you. What would that prove, or what would the point of that be? There's no point. No, you need friends, and friendship will do you good. And here's the your first 6-7 friends, and there's so many more. So that was just I love the way that they they made a relationship thing, because Starlight was not this Tierik was just evil to the core. He was a bad dude that needed to go down. Starlight was not evil to the core, not even close. She just had unresolved relationship issues. So I'm glad they were able to get to that and resolve that. All right, moving on. Just a few bits and pieces of disconnected things here. Yeah, the map, the Cutie map being connected to the other, they call it, it's connected to the Tree of Harmony. I didn't even think about that. I just figured, well, the map, it's magic, it's enchanted, so yeah, of course it's still going to be there in the alternate timelines, even though the castle isn't. But it was interesting they called out that it's connected to the Tree of Harmony. That seems like a bit of a waste of a call out there, because they never actually expanded on that, where I thought they were going to go with that. Well, again, because we were still in the first time loop, and I had not realized they were going to be looping to different timelines. I thought that was going to be a thing where she was going to have to go to the Tree of Harmony, somehow reacquire the elements of Harmony, and go around and use them to restore all of her friends, the main 6, restore their memories of the original timeline and the now screwed up future, and then have them gang up to hey, find wherever Starlight's hiding out now, and fix things somehow, change things back. And the show went a completely different direction on that from what I was thinking. So that was just kind of a little bit of a thing where my mind went down the wrong track. But anyway, another thing where I messed up is main 6 cutie marks being hidden in the first timeline. I thought that meant something. Apparently that was just a coincidence, because in the second timeline, there they all were. I thought that was going to be something like they never got cutie marks, or they got different ones because different things happen in their lives and whatever, but oh well. Yes, Star Swirl, I'd hoped we'd see him. We didn't see him. Didn't see the library, which I'm okay with, honestly. That would have just confused things, I think. It didn't really serve any purpose for the events of this episode. I didn't see Cadence anywhere. I thought we were going to see her in the Sombra arc. And we got to see Celestia cameo, but never Cadence, at least not that I ever, unless I completely missed her somewhere. But well, we did get to see that, man, Wartime main 6. That was, as the Apple canning factory thing, I was really kind of ticked off to see that happen. Like, what led to that? Made sense, wartime supplies and whatever, and poor Rarity making war uniforms, man, shit, wow. But the best thing, though, Pinky and Maud demolishing that rock. I mean, what's a Pinkie Pie to do in wartime? There's no time for parties, no time for cakes or sweets or anything of the sort. Well, you grew up on a rock farm, you got some skills in that department, so that's what got highlighted. It's like, man, this is probably the most un-Pinky we've ever seen Pinky. And oh, that was just really, for some reason, really awesome to see her going full, Pie Family, rock farm skills on us. The only way that scene could have been any better is to have Marble and Limestone right there with them, the 4 Pie sisters. But But yeah, with Maud, I'm sure we've all been waiting to see her demolish another boulder, and now we got to see her do it with Pinky. So yeah, that was just a fun scene. Yeah, and fortunately they left the CMC out of it. So thankful for that. Well, without the whole Cutie mark removal thing, I mean, the danger of that was minimal anyway. But I'm just glad they didn't go down that route because I would have been, yeah. But pull that up here and put a screenshot of that up right at the beginning. I don't know what to make of this. The chart that Twyla's using in her presentation. I'm stumped. This has got to be foreshadowing of something what to do with their marks, what we're going to see in season 6. I just can't figure out where they're going with this. You know, the crossover in the very center, you know, where the three of them come together and have that shared crest. I get that, but what I don't understand is the crossover, you know, with the different marks between all the three different pairings. I don't see any connection, you know, between those pairs of characters and their individual marks. So I don't know if they just threw it together there just for the heck of it, or if it's actually supposed to mean something. Again, if anybody's got any ideas on the symbolism of those marks being crossed over, I would love to hear it, because I got nothing on that. I said I can kind of see how the marks make sense to the individuals, but the crossovers like that, I just don't get it. But I love the fact that they're toying with the idea. Hope that means they're going to be doing some really awesome stories regarding those marks in the next season. So anyway, enough about that. But yeah, let me know if anybody's got ideas on that, because that's one of those possible theory things I'd love to dive into during the hiatus. So okay, got to keep this moving here. Season 6 predictions or wish list or whatever. The family stuff. I know there's been rumors or leaks or whatever about Fluttershy's brother appearing in one of the episodes. Don't know if that's confirmed or still just rumor. That'd be great to see. We haven't seen any of her family. We haven't seen Rainbow Dash's family. We've seen Rarity's like once, her parents like once, and for that matter, we've got the nod to the the Apple family parents, and supposedly some other tweets from somebody that hinting at things to come with that. I'm really hoping for more. I mean, where do you go with these characters to develop them more? Well, more of their past would be helpful to figure out where they came from, make sense where they are today, and things like that. So just more, familial connections would be cool to see. As I'm sure if they do the Apple family one, I'm sure it's going to be a tearjerker. I don't care. I'll cry if I need to, but I want to hear that story. Yeah, secondary characters are starting to really become kind of a big thing in the show. Definitely want to see Starlight Glimmer back. See where she ends up going from this point. Definitely want to see more with Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon even. I mean, Diamond Tiara, yeah, she's turned over a new leaf, but she's still got to, that doesn't mean everything's okay between her and her mom now, or even her dad. I mean, there's definitely going to be some tension there, I feel like. So, there's plenty of opportunity for story there, and we don't know anything about Silver Spoon's background. So as more, the school ponies, there's plenty of room for development there. I mean, we got some new characters there too in Crusaders of the Lost Mark that they made appearances again in the main attraction. So yeah, I'd love to get some names on those and some stories there. It's plenty of opportunity. And then of course the main attraction, Coloratura or Rara, fantastic new character. Cannot wait to get more of that character. I really hope they have Lena Hall back. Would love more of that. And and there's so many other background ponies to becoming seems like more significant players in the show. It'd be so awesome for a spin-off series with the ponies of Ponyville, or My Little Pony Adventures in Ponyville, something like that, with the background main 6 or something. Would be so awesome. But might be too much to ask for. We'll just see what Hasbro gives us. The last thing though, trying to move this along. I gotta dive into Equestria Girls here a little bit. because the formula has been changed now. You got to think back. The formula has always been, you know, season, movie, season, movie, season. End of season 3, got the first Equestria Girls movie. Twilight had to go to the human world to chase after Sunset Shimmer and the element of harmony. You know, the conflict was resolved. Twilight went back home. Season 4. End of season 4. Oh, the sirens became a problem in human world. Twilight's got to go back and deal with that. And, you know, that conflict gets resolved. Twilight goes back home. Season 5 starts. It's the same formula. It always worked. But now, Friendship Games, chronologically, was supposed to air after Season 5, or technically, like, right alongside Season 5. Because, you know, now Twilight showed up at the end and talked about the time loop that she was in here in the Season 5 finale. But, see, now the formula has been changed. Instead of Twilight showing up earlier in the movie, helping to fix the problem, and then go back home, she didn't show up until the very last scene in the movie, and she was left hanging there. We didn't get any story where she does anything and goes back home to Equestria. And now this is a problem for the story, the story writing in the TV series, because, you know, that character is now in the human world. She's not been written back into Equestria yet. How are you going to start off season 6 that way? Aside from the brief cameo of the pony version of Flash Sentry in season 4, there has been basically, as far as I'm aware of, no references to the Equestria Girls world and content in the main TV show. It's kind of its own separate spin-off thing. So how are they going to explain this, you know, starting in season 6? I mean, there's a lot of ways they could go with this. Do they just completely ignore the events of, you know, the ending of Friendship Games and just start off season 6 like, you know, ponies or Twilight's in Equestria back in Ponyville, like nothing ever happened, and then they deal with it, you know, with that story arc later in more Equestria Girls content? Or, you know, do they start, you know, do they have something in the season 6 opener that somehow ties that back together or something? Or do we somehow, I can't imagine we will, but are we going to get another Equestria Girls movie between now and start of season 6? Or heck, even, you know, I've heard people theorizing that there's ample opportunity for a Equestria Girls spin-off TV show. Would we, you know, segue into that somewhere in between here before season 6 of, you know, main Friendship is Magic show? Like I said, there's so many ways they could go with this. I really don't know which way I want to see him go. I don't know which way is best or worst or whatever. It's interesting that they messed with the formula of the balance between the shows and those movies. So really curious to see where they go with that, you know, if for upcoming content. So, well, we have you know, have to see what Hasbro puts out in the coming months, if anything here. So anyway, yeah, on that, or any of the stuff that I've you know, what's any thoughts on here? You know, please let me know. Comment, feedback. There's plenty of hot topics to debate here in the coming months, and it'd be interesting to see what theories people come up with for some of these oddball things that we're throwing at us here. So, all right. Oh, just real quick. Sorry if I mentioned this already, but I just gotta say that last song was awesome. Again, that since season 5, I think it has some of the best. Well, even season 4, every season the music gets better. You know, I'm sure there's songs, and I need to go back and rewatch all season 5 again now to remember where all the good songs are at. But the stuff that just sticks in my mind since I started doing these reactions: Crusaders of the Lost Mark, full musical episode, awesome songs. Main Attraction had beautiful songs in it, and now this finale song with Starlight Glimmer, just again such, you know, beautiful music, beautiful voices, powerful message. It just keeps getting better and better. I mean, what else can I say about that? I love this music. I really wish we'd start getting actual soundtracks that have all the songs in the entire show on it, so I can buy them instead of having to download them or whatever. But again, looking forward to remixes and all that good stuff. So, all right, this is getting really long, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Thanks again for watching. Anybody who's still watching at this point. Thanks to all my subscribers out there who, you know, give me the great feedback. Love hearing from you guys. So yeah, I've got so the 100 subscriber special coming up here soon. Probably going to get to that tomorrow here. Probably not anymore tonight, but yeah, I think tomorrow I'll have time to do it. And then I got a list of you know, subscriber requests that's been growing up for after that. So I'll definitely got some stuff to do for a while, and I'm sure I'll be getting more. So yeah, see how things go on that. Yeah, for tonight,